Salam everyone and welcome back. Before anything else, and I mean this sincerely, everything you are about to hear is my personal opinion and the result of my own research. I am not a doctor, not a military expert, not a government official. I am an ordinary person who cares deeply about the safety of my family and yours. Please do your own research. I may have got things wrong. I may have missed things. What works in one country, one culture, one religion may not apply to you. The same way, I take zero responsibility for any decisions you make based on this video. This is simply a heads up, a conversation between us. So God forbid, if something terrible ever happened, we could all help each other, share ideas, look after each other. If I have missed something, and I know I will have, please put it in the comments. This is a community effort, not fear, not panic. Preparedness and love for each other. I know some of you might think, why are we having this conversation at all? Is this really necessary? But look at the world right now. Tensions in multiple regions simultaneously. Conflicts that started small and escalated fast. History has shown us things can change faster than governments can warn us. Scouts have one motto, be prepared. Nobody buys a fire extinguisher planning to set their house on fire. You buy it just in case. This video is your fire extinguisher. Let's build a picture. Imagine it has been 24 hours, power is out, not just your street, everywhere. Water is stopped coming from the tap. Your phone has some signal but it is unstable. Cash machines are not working. Shops are shut or being emptied. Now stretch that to 12 days. That is our planning scenario. 12 days of no electricity, no running water, no fridge, no flushing toilet, potentially no safe drinking water, no internet or mobile signal, no WhatsApp, no phone charger, no news, no way to know if your family is safe, no banks, no ATMs. Physical cash is the only thing that works. Possible radiation risk if conflicts involve nuclear, chemical or dirty bomb activity nearby. Loud, continuous noise, sirens, aircraft explosions affecting sleep, concentration and children. This is not science fiction. You will not be able to see the radiation. You can smell it or feel it immediately. But the effects can last a lifetime, particularly on the thyroid gland, bone marrow and children. Here is what you need to know and what to keep at home. The first thing is potassium iodide tablets. This is one of the most important items on your list. In a nuclear event, radioactive iodine is released into the air and gets absorbed by your thyroid gland. Potassium iodide works by flooding the thyroid with safe iodine so it cannot absorb the radioactive kind. It protects the thyroid, especially in children, whose thyroid are far more sensitive than adults. You can buy these tablets online without prescription in most countries. They must be taken before or very shortly after exposure to be effective. Second, stay indoors. This is called sheltering in place. Close all windows and doors. Turn off fans and air conditioning. Seal gaps with wet towels if possible. The goal is to reduce airborne particles entering your home. Third, do not go outside for at least 24 hours after a nuclear event or until official guidelines says it is safe. Fourth, cover food and water. Any exposed food or open water containers must be sealed or discarded if radiation contamination is possible. Fifth, if you have been outside during an event, remove your outer clothing immediately when you come in the house. This removes up to 80% of radioactive material. Shower with soap and water. Do not use conditioner. It can bind particles to hairs. Now, radiation also causes very specific physical symptoms in the early stages. Nausea, headache, fatigue. and sometimes vomiting. This can appear within hours. Paracetamol will help manage headaches and fever. Keep plenty of it. Prolonged exposure to loud noise causes real physical and psychological harm. Sleep deprivation, anxiety, panic attacks. Children can become completely non-functional from sustained loud noise. Adults with PTSD or anxiety disorders can be severely affected. So what to keep at home? Foam earplugs, noise-cancelling earmuffs, heavy blankets, and mattresses can be used to muffle sound in your safe room. Place mattresses against exterior walls. Familiar music through headphones can help calm children and adults during sustained periods of stress. This is not silly, it is genuinely therapeutic. Go to the lowest floor or ideally underground, basement, and ground floor interior. Rooms absorb shock far better. If you have a basement, that is your primary shelter. If there is no basement, identify the most interior room, a hallway, a bathroom, a room surrounded by other rooms on all sides. Thick interior walls and no glass. In an apartment block, the reinforced concrete stairwell or underground car park offers the most structural protection. For radiation, higher floors offer better protection from ground level fallout, but only if you seal the room properly. For blast, go low. Walk around your home today. Identify your safe room. Tell your family, make it a plan, not a panic. Water is more urgent than food. You can survive 3 weeks without food. You have about 3 days without water. The minimum is 4 liters per person per day for drinking, basic cooking and hygiene. Nursing mothers, sick people and children in heat need more. You can fill large clean containers from the tap, rotate monthly. If taps stop, fill your bathtub immediately. A water BOB liner keeps bathtub water clean for weeks. You can also collect rainwater. The cistern of your toilet holds a few liters of clean water. Never drink flood water. It contains sewage, chemicals and pathogens. Water treatment tablet is one I want to highlight especially. These are small, cheap chlorine or iodine tablets that make almost any water, river water, rainwater, collected water safe to drink. If no tablets, boil water. A camping gas stove is essential for this. For sanitation, when flushing stops, a bucket, bin bag and cat litter or soil can create a basic dry toilet. And in this situation, hygiene is critical. Diseases can be spread rapidly when sanitation breaks down. The rule of thumb is 2 weeks of food stored per household. You do not need a bunker. You need to be a little bit strategic. You can store canned foods, beans, lentils, chickpeas, tomatoes, tuna, sardines, corned beef, soups, which have a long shelf life and require minimal cooking. Dried foods like rice, pasta, oats, flour, dried dates, couscous, they are lightweight, calorie dense and last for years. You can also have nuts, seeds, nut butter which are high in fat and protein and no refrigeration required. Keep honey, salt, sugar, olive oil, vinegar as they have long shelf life plus multiple uses including wound care and preservation. Don't forget multivitamins. When fresh produce is unavailable, vitamins become critical. For cooking without electricity or gas, camping gas stove, spare canisters, solar cooker if you have outdoor space. Do not panic buy. Build your supply gradually over weeks and rotate them as per their expiry dates. Also keep a manual can opener. If anyone in your household is on regular prescription medication, speak to your doctor getting a 3-month supply. During radiation exposure, illness or injury, headaches and fever are among the first symptoms. Paracetamol reduces fever, manages pain and is safe for children at the correct dose. Build a proper first aid kit. Plasters, bandages, gauze, pads, medical tape, antiseptic solution, antiseptic wipes, surgical gloves, a thermometer, tweezers, scissors, a basic first aid instruction booklet. Have some oral rehydration salts which are critical for diarrhea, vomiting and dehydration in both children and adults, and antihistamines for allergic reactions. Have eye wash for flushing dust, chemical irritant or debris from eyes. Have some ibuprofen for inflammation and pain and antacids for stress-related stomach issues. To know basic first aid, the Red Cross runs courses in most countries. One of the most genuinely valuable things you can ever learn. This section is specifically for families with babies, young children and women, because their needs are often left off generally preparedness list, and they absolutely should not be. So for babies and infants, have nappies and wipes. In a crisis, these disappear from shops within an hour. Powdered baby formula or milk, even if you are breastfeeding. Stress, illness or injury can affect milk supply. Breast milk is actually the safest option during a crisis when formula water safety is uncertain. When boiling water is limited, sterilizing tablets, clean bottles with cold water. Children's liquid paracetamol for fever, pain and teething during a stressful period. For women, sanitary pads. They are also excellent wound dressing in a first aid emergency. For older children, ensure every child old enough to understand knows your home address, one phone number by heart, and a family meeting point in case you are separated. A small personal comfort item in their go bag. A soft toy, a favorite book. This is not a luxury. It is genuinely important for managing a child's fear. Children's earmuffs for noise protection. Children's sunscreen and insect repellent if evacuation outdoors is needed. Keep at least one quality compass in your home. If your phone battery dies and you have evacuated and have no GPS, a compass and a printed paper map are how you navigate. When the internet goes down and your phone battery dies, how do you know what is happening? How do you get official guidance? How do you know if it is safe to go outside? The answer in every major conflicts and disaster in history has been the same. The single most important item you can own is emergency radio. Looking for one that is solar powered and hand crank powered with weather band, AM, FM, a built-in flashlight and USB charging so you can charge your phone from it when the grid goes down. This radio keeps working. It receives official emergency broadcast. It keeps you informed when nothing else can. Keep a reasonable emergency amount of cash at home in small denominations. When digital systems fail, and they will, physical cash is the only thing that works. ATMs empty within hours in a crisis. Text messages often get through when calls fail. They use less network bandwidth. If you can get a word out, text first. Write down key phone numbers on paper because when your phone is dead, you will not remember them. Designate a family contact point, ideally someone outside your city or country who can relay messages between family members who cannot reach each other. Have walkie-talkies for communicating within a neighborhood or building complex when mobile networks are overloaded. Sometimes staying home is not safe. You may need to leave in under 2 minutes. Prepare a go bag for each family member. A backpack that can be grabbed immediately, which contains documents such as passport, national ID, insurance documents, medical records, emergency contacts, family photos, all in a waterproof folder or zip-lock bag. Keep a USB stick with digital copies, water and food, energy bars, dried fruit, nuts, enough for at least 48 hours. You can also have one change, sturdy shoes, warm layer, rain poncho, compact first aid kit, any prescription medications, paracetamol, potassium iodide tablets, charged power bank, small solar panel, wind up or battery torch. You can also keep in the go bag emergency radio, compass, printed map, cash, N95 mask and GPS tracking in each bag, especially in children bag. Review and refresh the go bag every 6 months. Our parents, our grandparents, our neighbors who live alone, before anything happens, sit with them and make a plan together. Ask them, do you want to be with us? What medication do you take? Who should we call? Think about mobility, wheelchairs, walking frames, stairs, which evacuation routes work for them. People with dementia or cognitive difficulties need extra care. People with chronic conditions like asthma should keep inhalers. Diabetes should keep insulin storage without refrigeration. Kidney disease, heart condition, all need their own specific plan. Check on elderly neighbors regularly. Isolation during crisis kills. A knock on the door and a cup of tea has genuinely saved lives in disaster. If someone is currently in hospital, consult their medical team early. People survive because of each other, not because they had the best supplies, because they had each other. The most valuable things you can do today is introduce yourself to your neighbors. If you have not already, know who on your street is elderly and alone, who has young children, who has medical needs, who has skills. A nurse, a mechanic, someone who speaks multiple languages. In a crisis, these informal networks become the difference between chaos and community. Share especially with those who have less. In most religious and ethical traditions, this is not optional. It is the core of who we are called to be. Check on people, knock on doors, share food, offer shelter. We have covered a lot today and I hope it is heavy. And I know it is heavy, but I genuinely believe talking about this calmly, practically together is one of the most loving things we can do for the people around us. Everything I have said is my personal research and opinion. Please look into things yourself. Share what you know in the comments. If I have missed something, and I know I will have, tell me and I will pin the best suggestions. Most importantly, I pray with everything I have that none of this is ever needed. I pray for peace. I pray for the safety of every family watching this. Wherever you are in the world, God protect us all. And if protection is ever needed, may we face it with courage, wisdom, and with each other. Thank you so much for watching. Please share this with someone you care about. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Please don't forget to share and subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye.